Today on the channel, we're back at it with another G.I. Joe Classified series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we shock the world with Shockwave.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got one I'm very excited for, an all-time favorite of mine, as we do got Shockwave. But for all your Shockwave G.I. Joe Classified series needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save 8% off your entire order. And of course, that's where I picked up Shockwave and some of these other Joes we'll be unboxing here the next couple of days on the channel. So make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss a video. And of course, we're going to do this video like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And like I said, Shockwave, an absolute all-time favorite of mine. Kind of the third incarnation of G.I. Joe is what I always kind of think of with Shockwave, where they've basically removed from television. There is the Deke episodes, and I think Shockwave maybe even guest appeared in a couple of those episodes. I'd have to go back and look. It's been a while since I've watched those. But this was part of the lineage of G.I. Joe where I kind of had to make up my own things for. Of course, you had, the original Series 1, we'll call it, of G.I. Joe. You had Series 2, is what I would call it, or Season 2. Gee, Series, Season, yeah, it's all goes together. But Season 2 with Arise, Serpentor Arise, and so forth. And then after that, we got a lot of new characters, but we didn't really have the cartoons to go around with it to really delve into the characters and the personalities, because, for me, G.I. Joe, the cartoon, was number one. So Shockwave, I had to kind of play my own adventures, choose my own adventures with him a little bit. Had him teamed up with Beachhead a heck of a lot of times, but he was a favorite of mine from this incarnation of G.I. Joe, and I love that we're getting him here in the classified line. Always loved the blue coloring to him and stuff like that. And he was like a drug enforcement agent. I think there was even another figure of him as a drug enforcement agent, but he was kind of like a SWAT team member of the Joes. And we know the Joes, they all had their own specialties and stuff, so sometimes I'd put him up with Law and Order, and him were always buddy-buddy in my playing days. So a lot of fun time with Shockwave over the years, and I'm sure if you're a longtime Joe collector, you had a lot of Joes that you didn't know the stories from the cartoons, maybe the comics. You had to kind of invent your own stuff, and I did that a lot with Shockwave, as he was an absolute favorite of mine. But let's dive into him here, see what's going on, see what all the fuss is about with Shockwave. Very cool packaging. As far as plastic-free goes, I really do love the packaging on this one. G.I. Joe Classified series right there. Beautiful glamour shot. Little tighter glamour shot as well. You got the ribbon at the top showing all the different weapons that are going on there. You got Shockwave over here. He's number 105. Nothing too fun over here. And then on the back, we got all the accessories, everything kind of breaking it down, all the jibber jabber, all that kind of stuff. And then on the front, too, there's a little train going by in the background. Looks like he's kind of on the river banks there, or the ocean banks or something. Who knows what he's up to. It does say Jason Shockwave Faria. I think that's how you say that. It'll just always be Shockwave to me. He's not one I remember the name for, that is for sure. But man, I'm excited for this. An all-timer Joe coming to the classified line. Here for this all day long. You guys know me. See you later. Goodbye. And then we do get the cardboard prison for him here. He is locked in. No ropes this time. It's all the plastic twist ties with this one. But there's a little Shockwave there. And then we get Jason Shockwave Faria right here. His little locker. Number 105 for those keeping track at home. We'll pull that out. We're going to give it the old see you later. Give the old Spider-Man style. Bam. See you later once again. We got to cut this guy out. This guy being Shockwave. Hopefully we can get him out of here. One at the arm, one at the leg, one at the leg, and one at the arm. What do you know? If I can get to it. There we go. All right, Shockwave's out. He's ready to party. He's ready to shock some people. He's going to shock the monkey like a young Peter Gabriel. Hope not. See you later. Goodbye. And didn't they have to change his name for a while because of Transformers Shockwave? Maybe I was wrong on that. I can't remember, but always remember something about that. Some fuss. There was some fuss going around for sure. We're going to stick it to the side. Let's look at the old parchment paper baggie. Let's see what's going on. Once again, let's see what's all the fuss is about. We got some small little pieces in here. A lot going on in here, though. That is for sure. Bam. See you later. Goodbye. Let's dive into all these weapons and stuff. No extra coloring on these weapons. They're all straight up black weapons. Don't really like that. Give me a little pizzazz. Give me a little silver. Give me a little accent color against these. That's what I would like to see. Unfortunately, not the case. So now we do got 2 magazines with him. He's got 2 magazines to clip in, and these 2 magazines are very important ones, especially for your DEA officer. It is High Times. Yes, he's got his copy of High Times doing research, or is he smoking on the side? Who knows what's going on with Shockwave? Who do got High Times. And then we got this one right here is Drug Paraphernalia Monthly. Oh, good one here. You get all your bong duties, things like that. Who knows what's going on here, but we do got 2 of those. Very interesting dynamic with Shockwave. Keeping the drugs off the street, as we do know. But then we do get 2 big old pistols. I was going to say pistols. I'm going to say blasters. Not exactly sure what we'll call these guns here. We got 2 identical guns, and then those magazines do clip into the bottom of those. So kind of like an Uzi, kind of. Something sort of like that. But he's fighting drug lords all day long. He's got to. He's waiting for the headman to come. He's going to take out that headman once and for all. Keep the streets clean. There it is. But we do get these all in black once again. We do get a nightclub that would make the big boss man blush. Oh, yes, he would. But we got a little nightstick going on right here. You can just see the boss man twirling this thing around, going back and forth. Or Dusty Rhodes when he stole it from the big boss man. We'll never forget that either. But very cool for a drug enforcement agent to have something like this to go along with the shield, kind of. Makes a lot of sense, but I'm here for that. Speaking of the shield, we got the old Riot shield here, and I love he's got 4 Cobra insignia here with the line through it. Did he kill 4 Cobra members? I guess that's what that means here. And it reminds me of when I was a kid. Story time with Kyle. My buddy, I worked with him, went to high school with him and stuff. He had, of course, you all have your first cars. My first car was a 1990 rusted Ford Taurus. Oh, the rust on there. Fine patina. But that's what I learned to drive on. There was no defrost on it. In those winters, it was tough times. You were driving, scraping the front. Oh, to go back to that Ford Taurus. Where can I get me a minty 1990 Ford Taurus? Need one for old time's sake. But long story short, my buddy, he was a little bit more fortunate. He had like a 1983 AMC Eagle. And that was pretty cool because I'm a big AMC guy. You guys know I'm a Jeep guy. And the AMC Eagle was a beast, and that's what we called it, the Beast. But he had a bunch of these on the side, as that Beast had been in like 5 car accidents between his dad, when his dad had it, into him being given to it. And every time they came out of one of these accidents unscathed, because it was a Beast, you couldn't topple this thing, they would get like a Subaru Outback or whatever, and they'd put the little line from it, and it'd be on the side of the window. I always thought that was a cool thing, so whenever I see something like this, I think of that. But man, those AMC tanks back in the day, all-timers, all-timers. And this shield, another all-timer. Wouldn't be shocked to see this used again in the future, maybe somewhere down the line. Are these lights in the front of here? This little yellow, maybe got little lights in there going on. Probably when you bust in with the riot shield, it blinds them. It blinds the perpetrator, and then you can, club them over the head with a stick if you need to. Who knows? But it does look good. You got dings and dents in here like a riot shield should have. Little silver accents throughout, and of course those little stickers at the top. Inside, you got the handle, you got the cuff link there to hold it in. Very, very on brand, very on point. I'm here for that. And then we get 2 knives. Oh my gosh, he's got 2 knives. You never know what he's going to do. We got 2 different, very different kind of knives as well. So interesting with these, especially this one. I don't think we've ever seen one with a weird little hook on the end here. Really wish we had some color to these though. It looks just strange. Should have a silver accent on the blade handle, or on the blade itself. Would have been really nice. I don't know what we're seeing. We're seeing some gummier weapons from the classified line, and we're not seeing as much paint applications on the weapon. So hopefully that isn't what they're going forward with. It seems that way, I would say. But man, bring it back. Bring it back how it was. I want the good old days back. And they weren't that long ago. Final piece of the puzzle, you got the SWAT team hat here. And of course, if you had the old school 3 3/4 Shockwave back in the day, that was molded on, so it was not a removable hat. I could go either way on that. I have no problems with this being stuck into his head, because he will only have this on in my collection. But it's kind of got that, what is that called? Like urban camo? Is that what that's called? In the blue, it's got a little yellow and stuff. Very interesting here. I guess he blends in the surroundings. But now we're going to dive into old Shockwave himself. An all-timer here. Now let's start with the head. He's got the very beachhead-like ski mask over the top, this time all in blue. Some blue eyes as well. A little bit more plain Jane around the eyes. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We've seen some of them over the years, like some of the Cobra officers, things like that kind of have a similar look to them, but they got some dinginess to them, maybe some scars, maybe some bloodshot type of eyes. This looks pretty plain Jane. Like, this looks like a generic army builder behind the mask is what it looks like to me. Obviously just a little bit there, but I like seeing some like wrinkles around the eye, maybe something like that. Give him a little bit of personality, as he looks pretty plain Jane here. And he was a tough dude, at least in my playing days he was. So we do got that ski mask, pretty plain as far as things go here. That's what I would say. But then we got to put the hat on, and maybe that makes him look a little bit better. It definitely makes you know who it is a little bit better here, and you got to push that down there pretty tight. Looks pretty good. A short bill on there, but I think it's on brand. Of course, the hat matches the rest of the outfit. Makes a lot of sense to me. Walk through the articulation real quick on him. Arms go all the way around. You got butterfly shoulders. You got the old bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows, playing all the hits. Hand back and forth, side to side. You got the little trigger hand there. Waist articulation. Can't really get much out of the middle. He's got that big vest on. Of course, he does got those big old splits if you need them. And then he's got the G.I. Joe drop down hips. Thigh cut hidden very well in the thigh there, of course. Double jointed knees. Got the pins in the knees, though. You do got a boot cut. You do get ankles back and forth, side to side. So all the usual articulation from the classified line. Of course, does he fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand? What do you know? Fits perfectly on the old Mattel stands. Looking good right there for old Shockwave. We're here for that. But let's dive into this figure a little bit here. Let's go through it. We went through the head. Now we got the big tactical vest or fishing vest. Who knows? Maybe he's out going fishing. But you do got a spot here to store a knife. We always love to be able to store everything on our figures. We know how that goes. He also has little pockets up here with a few bullets up on his vest. And then you got some pockets all over the front. Who knows what he's storing there. We do get a nice belt. It is free flowing. You can't remove it, but it's flowing around. More pockets on that. And then you do get holsters on the side. Of course, you can hold both of his... I don't know, what do we ever figure those were? Uzis? We'll call them Uzis. We don't know what they are, but we'll call them that. You do got a spot on the side of the shoe for one knife, so you can put both knives in here, both weapons here, which leads you with the riot shield in the hand and a billy club in another. So technically, you can store everything on the figure. We are here for that. Would have really liked to seen this be able to store in the back like a backpack, maybe backwards or something like that. Would have been nice to have just this stored in the back because he doesn't come with a backpack, doesn't come with anything, does have the patented hole in his back. But that would be nice if somehow you could just store that on his back. Maybe it doesn't make a whole lot of sense and stuff, but it would be nice for display ability. For now, to put this in a baggie off to the side if you want to display him with his weapons instead. I think that would have looked pretty good if you could have found a way to do that. I guess you could get some sticky tack and do it if you really wanted to. But that's just a suggestion to the old Joe brand team there. But everything else, he's got that kind of urban camo throughout. He's got some forearm guards on both sides there. Black gloved hands, both trigger hand gloves. Looking good. Pockets all over the place as well. Big old black combat boots going there. He's ready to go. And then he's got some Terry Steinbach inspired, of course Terry Steinbach inspired, shin guards and knee pads here. Really, really on brand for Shockwave. And if somebody walked up to me and I was, at Walmart and I was getting groceries in the frozen pizza section probably, and somebody said, "Hey Kyle, bam!" I'd say, "Whoa, you just got a Shockwave? Where'd you get that from? And what's it doing loose in the store? Did you unbox it here? Did you put the packaging back? Are you doing some tomfoolery?" That's probably what I'd say. But I would know this is Shockwave right off the bat. An all-timer in my playing days, an all-timer in this day, no doubt about it. I'm here for this Shockwave. This is what I wanted in the classified series, so I'm a happy camper with this one, no doubt. But I did talk about him and Beachhead being quite the team back in the day, and we do know we got another Beachhead right around the corner in the retro style line. I think that's going to make a lot of people happy, as they made a dumb mistake with Beachhead, originally releasing him from the Target, part of the Target Cobra Island wave, and even the friends at Bayside had something to say about it.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Crazy.
Oh, and that Bayside crew, never wrong. Even though I did personally go to Valley, I always respected the Bayside team over there. And they're right once again about this Beachhead. I think it was a dumb move to put him at Target as an exclusive. I think Target, the exclusives to Walmart, things like that, they should be repaints, or they should be, stuff that nobody really wants. Army builders and stuff like that. I guess people want army builders, but the deep cuts like the team stuff as repaints, that should be for Walmart's, Targets, and so forth. Don't make tippy-top guys like Beachhead a store exclusive. You're going to drive people mad. And I know a lot of people left the classified line around all this, but I'm sure they came back. They always do. They always do. So there it is, Shockwave, an all-timer, one of my favorite Joes of all time, getting his due here in the classified series in 2023. I am here for this, but are you here for this? Are you picking this up? Are you passing? You playing the long game? You playing the no game? Let me know your thoughts on Shockwave in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Always helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and the other YouTube channel. And don't forget about the Patreon channel for early access to all the videos and your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the mighty Shockwave and Beachhead 2, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.